Hi y'all, welcome back to AstroMotivation. My name is JupiterJames, where I awaken the astrologer within you and also aim to give you a little encouragement and insight and inspiration to your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and I this and I that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly what the universe wanted from us. And it is with that knowledge that we were able to decipher our birth charts and understand the exact assignments that we've been given. That way we get to our dreams further and faster. And so I'm just here behind this camera and on YouTube to awaken and ignite the gift that you already have and that you already know. That way we are all able to get to our dreams further and faster. And so if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Today we're going to get into Moon in the first house. Now, Moon in the first house is going to give me the energy of someone who is probably very nurturing to the people around them. They have a nurturing aura about them. Probably someone that is very emotional, and their emotions rule who they are and it rules their day. But before we go ahead and unpack that very deep aspect, let's go ahead and separate the aspects. That way we are better able to understand exactly what we're getting into, and we can use that energy and those individual placements in different areas of our life. That way we're not just confined to Moon in the first house. You know, we can learn about the moon and run with the moon and do what interpretations we need to out of the moon, and then we can also interpret the first house and do more things with the first house. Okay, so as an astrologer with Moon, whenever I see Moon, the moon is the emotional fortitude of the person. For me, Moon is going to show me where this person will be comforted the most and where their emotions waver or dictate how they receive love or happiness or joy. It's also going to show me how the relationship was with their mother depending on the sign that it is under and what the mother was focused on depending on the house that it's in. Now, and it is also going to show me, depending on the house that the moon is in, what you are emotionally comforted by and focused on, you know? Now, with the first house is your ascendant. It's all about your appearance. It's how the world sees you. It's what, when you step outside of your home, how you are perceived and percepted. You know, it's gonna show me your body, your appearance to others, your aura. And that is usually dictated by your first house or your ascendant. So remember that. Now, what happens when we throw the moon into the first house? Moon in the first house is gonna give me someone that their presence, who they are, is nurturing and healing to other people. They're gonna take on a very mothering energy. Even if they're a man or a guy, they're going to be someone that has very nurturing energy, a very healing aspect to their aura. You know, people are going to want you to take care of them or nurture them or be someone who is there to help others fix them with their problems or support them. You know, support is a big key word with this placement with Moon in the first house as far as when it comes to others. People are going to see you as someone who can be supportive emotionally and on a very energetically emotional level. Also, with Moon in the first house, you may take on the appearance of your mother. You may be someone that looks exactly like your mother, or your personality is like your mother. You yourself are also going to be connected to your mother very deeply, whether it be your relationship. You're going to be someone that is always calling your mom or needs to call your mom and ask your mom for advice or motivation or a way through a problem. You know, you're probably always on the phone back and forth with your mom. Your relationship with your mom is very true to who you are, and you probably have taken on some of the persona of your mother, whether it be your looks, your appearance, your body type. Something about you reminds people of your mom, and you more than likely look like your mom. I would bet my bottom dollar on it. With Moon in the first house, you could also be someone that is very emotional. You know, you wear your emotions on your sleeve. People can tell how you're feeling, and it's probably hard for you to hide the way you're feeling. No matter how hard you try to hide it, it's just on your face. It's in your aura. Like when you walk around and say you are going through something, people are gonna know or feel like you're going something. This is more of a feeling thing. Like people are gonna feel like something's up with you if you are going through something. People are gonna be like, is everything okay? Like, are you sure everything's fine? With this placement as well, it's gonna show me that your mother really focused on you a lot. You were probably the apple of her eye. Again, your relationship was probably very close knit and tight, so that would make sense. But believe it or not, believe it or not, moon in the first housers, a lot of people don't have moms like this. You know, a lot of people don't have mothers that focused all about them. Your mother probably sang to you, wrote and read books to you, you know. Your mother was just all about you. You were the center of her universe, and you were probably someone that she really wanted to emotionally care for and make sure that you were emotionally sound. You know, she was, this is the quintessential mama's boy, or like mama's girl placement. You guys, you and your mom are tight. You're tight, you're tight, you're tight. There's something very deep with your mother. Now, with moon in the first house, my advice to you and my encouragement to you is, you know, this could give me someone who attracts a lot of narcissist people, you know, a lot of people that are energetic vampires, because your energy is so yummy and nurturing. You could be someone that people try to hide as far as when you are in support of them, right? Maybe people don't want to give you the acknowledgement or the appropriate titles, whether it be in a job or in a romantic relationship, because people want to probably use you behind closed doors. This energy can be something that is very susceptible to people using them and people siphoning that moon energy from you. That psychic caringness that you have, that psychic intuitive nurturing that you have is very special, but at the same time, as special and as a psychic as it is something that is susceptible, because it is the moon, that people feel they need to hide it, you know? Everyone knows the sun, right? Everyone knows the sun. We know what the sun does, and we glorify the sun, and we go out and we play in the sun, and it's a very expressive, open daylight energy, right? Like, it's there, the sun can't hide. The sun is the sun. But with the moon, sometimes people can feel like you don't need the emotional caring from other people. People can feel like you don't need the acknowledgement, or you don't need the title that comes along with whatever you are giving to others, because giving could be another key word for what you do in this life. You give and you give and you give, but the I don't want to say the curse, but the other end of that is that people can feel like, oh, I don't need to give that person the title. Oh, I don't need to let that person know that they're doing good for me. Or, you know, you could be giving girlfriend energy and people don't want to call you the girlfriend. You could be giving nurse energy and people don't want to call you the nurse. You can be giving therapist energy and people don't want to call you a therapist, because you just give it, you know, but you understand that you are valuable and you deserve the title of what you are being given out. And do not be susceptible to energetic vampires, because energetic vampires, you are like their favorite meal. A moon in the first house person is their favorite meal, because you're gonna be very caring, and the moon is very nurturing and it's unconditional, and you have that unconditional way about you that you will heal whoever is at your doorstep, and this is going to attract a lot of people who need that. So be very discerning. Just because you are very giving and you are very insightful as to what people need emotionally, that doesn't mean you need to give it out to everyone. That doesn't mean that you have to give it to everyone. Be discerning about it. Make it into a service. If people want that part of you and nothing in return, charge them for it, you know, like make it into a business. Don't just give all of your goodness away, because it is very special. And I feel that my moon in the first houses out there go through a lot where people expect a lot of psychic nurturing energy from them and they get nothing in return, because more times than not, the people that are asking for it can't give that. That's why they're asking for it, because you have a lot of it by way of your mother. Your mother gave you so much emotional intelligence that you carry yourself in a way that you don't need to put up any barriers, or you don't need to fight or defend. You just are who you are, and that's healing for a lot of people, that you're just able to show up and be who you are without judgment of others in the wake of that, you know? So really think about that and be encouraged that you are also someone that is ruled by your emotions. I want you to follow your gut. I want you to follow your emotions. If something in your gut or in your spirit says, don't go that way, don't go that way. If something in your spirit or your gut says, okay, it's time to leave this job, it's time to leave this relationship, it's time to pack up and move, do it. You know, this placement is going to be very psychic, and it's going to mean that you are ruled by your emotions with moon in the first house. It's also going to mean that you need a lot of self-care. Take care of yourself. This is why I'm encouraging you right now to not give so much away, because it also means that you need to take care of yourself. just as much as other people expect you to take care of them, okay? Because how can you take care of everyone else if you aren't taking care of you? I want you to run yourself bubble baths, go get massages, like do things for you that fill your cup up. That way, when you do get these people that you want to give energy to, you are better able to show up and be the happiest you can be. Working out would probably be very good for you to get out some of that muddled energy, that water energy that could be stale. Don't sit around too long. I know when you sit around too long, you can get very bogged down by emotions and energy and just life. And the best way to get rid of that murky energy is to go out and work out. When you work out, you move the psychic energy around, the water in you around, and you are clear. Think about it. When you have a cup and you sit water in that cup and it just sits there, bacteria gets in that cup, right? Bacteria gets in that water. So do not be idle water. You have a lot of water in the first house when you have moon in the first house. So go work out, be active. That way you will be your happiest, okay? If this sounds like you, can you let me know if this sounds like you? Can you write in the comments right now if this sounds like you? Are you someone that is very emotional and ruled by your emotions? Do you get a lot of people who expect you to help them on a psychic, emotional level? Are you someone that people feel, do you have round cheeks? Do you have round, healing cheeks that people want to pinch? You probably have a round appearance, you know. You are probably someone that, again, your aura is very healing to others, and you are a very healing figure, and you can be in probably healing professions with this placement. But if this sounds like you, let me know. Also, can you write the sign that your moon in the first house is in, and I'll write back a little tidbit on what you could be experiencing. Because for me, listen, I'm just in my home all day, researching and, you know, on the computer doing my research and following my intuition on what this could mean. But I want to know from you personally if this tracks for you. All right, like just write your sign or say yes it tracks or whatnot, and I'll write back what you could be experiencing with your specific placement, okay, with your moon in the first house. But yeah, my moon in the first house is take care of yourself. I want you to learn to take care of yourself, to put yourself before other people and other people's plans and ventures. And I also don't want you to be so forgiving and so unconditional that you overlook the harshness of this world sometimes. And people can sometimes have very mean intentions, and this is a very delicate placement because you could be so emotional that you overlook practicality, that you overlook what is actually happening. But your gut is never wrong. If your gut is saying something's wrong, okay? Don't second guess yourself. Your gut is more times than not, and you are psychic is all hell, okay? So follow it, follow your gut, not what you perceive or you want something to be. But that was my video for Moon in the First House. I really hope that this helped you and encouraged you and brought some light to this placement. I love you, and I will see you on the next video, all right? Y'all have a great day. Bye.